I'd like to now invite Lindsay Tuggle to come up to the stage. Lindsay has recently submitted her doctoral dissertation on incorporative mourning strategies and the Civil War in 19th century American poetics. Lindsay was one of the poets who worked with us on our Dust Poems project. Lindsay, welcome.
Thanks, Jo. I almost feel I have to apologise for not being funny. But this is a poem that, as Jo said, was part of the Dust Poems project, and a little excerpt from it is in the Poems to Share box. The Dust Poems project kind of had its heart issues around transport and transience, particularly in relation to the trucking industry, and so that's sort of where this poem arose. It's kind of embedded also in the landscape of the American South, which is kind of intertwined with the trucking industry in a strange way. So it was very familiar to me. The title, Calenture, comes from an archaic diagnostic term for a tropical delirium peculiar to sailors who, under the influence of violent hallucinations, believed the sea to be green fields and often leapt to their deaths. Further, past fuel silos and stilted houses, the median now feverish, halting. Air retains a diesel shimmer. Her thirst is verdant, cerebral, a calling toward the language of uprooting, a rural tongue cut through mouthfuls of gravel, slow hints at immersion beyond the line's end. Off-season, we are maritime slum boarders. Interior girls wander absently in shift dresses down fallen stairwells in a house with no doors. Outside, the low road beckons. Pockets of decay tinge border towns sulphurous, balmy. Once more, white lines are revelations. Abandonment as a plaything rustles toothless in the tall grass adjacent vacant lots. Disembarking, she walks in blindfolds, remembering the curvature of floor petals, the blurred resonance of bitumen tributaries. Drowning ends in a glassy sprawl, roadside altars whisper, fire soars. Home again, all the empty passageways entreat. Go, sleep with dust. Shall I stop there again? Thank you. She said one, I took it quite literally. I'll do a poem called Wichita Girls. Her face glittering worn, offering not quite beauty, but an easy symmetry you fall into. One of those faces more beautiful in photographs or caught from behind in the act of turning. Something about flatness at the center of things, haunts around the eyes, ringed in places where sky becomes her. I can't live here because of the wind. There are husks of paperbark against pallbearers' dusty hands. There are aluminum cans full of moonshine and cigarette ends. Scattering tumbleweed ringlets, the dust bowl encroaches. It is never entirely unlike rape. Possession is 9/10. Then I imagine it is never entirely unlike burial. The Badlands here make that impossible. Her sky and hospitality understand one another, both borderless, flat, faded in. Her collected fractional suicides, born of dwelling, muttering wilderness. The wind remembers her hair. Thank you.